Hello, my fellow pirate warriors, and welcome back to the channel. So after I uploaded 3 videos basically like super early this morning, in the dead of night essentially. So if you haven't checked it out, I did all the moveset videos for all the new characters that just came out, Garp, Rayleigh, and Roger. The only mistake that I did do was that there was actually I forgot to turn on the audio. There was a mistake that I completely forgot to add in also Roger's unique mechanic where he does, when you press triangle at the end of a combo of his combo strings, you can hold the triangle button and it'll make the attack stronger, both in air and on land. So I already pinned that message in that video, but yeah, if you didn't know, or obviously whatever, but it is what it is. I think initial impressions on all of them is that they're all really great. So this video is just kind of trying to serve to like show everybody what's up with this latest update. And obviously, first I want to just get into the characters themselves. Let's just go right here real quick. So this is character pack 6, which includes Roger, Garp, and Rayleigh. I know he's almost there. Obviously this also includes the new soul map, the final soul map, and the new King of the Pirates mode special log, which I'll get into. I haven't touched it yet. There'll be a separate video probably coming after this video, with my first kind of run through and see what it's all about, because I have no idea. But yeah, so Roger is really powerful. Like, he might be top 1 in the game. He's a bit slow in terms of like the way he attacks, but his range, I don't know, he is genuinely insane. And then if you mess with his full force burst, where his hockey is just enhancing everything that he does, on top of being able to he is insane, just to say the least. Like, he's nuts. Garp is a similar one for me personally. Garp is like on that same tier. I don't know if he's top 1 like Roger, because Roger also has air combos and stuff. And I think he also has like an armor break that just instantly breaks armor, which I guess is fitting because he is the king of the pirates. Garp, on the other hand, is, to me, he's definitely high up there. Same thing with Rayleigh. Garp, the only negative I probably have right now is that obviously he doesn't have air combos, but he does have a unique, essentially, like Galaxy Impact. It's not named. He doesn't have a super that's based on it, but he has, when he has his hockey mechanic, which is armament hockey. I know people were thinking it was Conquerors because of the coloring, but no. Oda isn't entirely clear. The anime tries to help out a little bit with the aura and stuff like that, but Oda does have, like, when people have advanced armament hockey, they also do use like the black lightning in the manga. Again, my favorite example is Katakuri when he buzz cut Mochi the hell out of Luffy. We also know Ryu-O is a thing that isn't Conqueror's hockey that allows you to kind of like do attack stuff from within or project stuff. So all of that falls under armament hockey, at least the way I see it. So I never thought, and I don't think it's ever confirmed yet, that Garp has Conqueror's hockey. I think people are assuming it because of how strong he is. But then again, you gotta remember that you don't need Conqueror's hockey, I think, to be like, top 1 in the verse, right? Or high up there to be able to compete. Because if that's the case, Garp is the living example of that, because he fought people like Roger, right? So him and Sengoku. But regardless, that little tangent aside, Garp's combos are pretty cool. He's pretty funny with his taunt. He could fall asleep. And I think his mechanic, I don't know if it's based on combo indicator or how much you actually just wind up your fist in terms of like just punching stuff. You could be punching air or people. It's not like your combo hit indicator on the top left that gives him his buff, and his full force burst gets his buff permanently. He also has 2 versions of every special attack. He has his normal version, and he has the like hockey enhancement version, which is much stronger. But yeah, Garp is really powerful. I really love him. Rayleigh is also really strong, has a lot of range. Obviously he's less, I would say less flashy in terms of like range as these two, but he's also just really strong. He's a technique type character because he essentially has, I think it's like smoker type of ability, where people that are marked with his ability, he can essentially reel them in, like with the triangle button. So if they're marked, they have like a blue aura on them, and then he kind of like puts them in a vacuum and brings them in. And I think that's really cool, because obviously it brings them in, and then you can just kind of combo them. Obviously, his range increases when he has his full force burst, and he's really powerful. His special attacks are pretty cool. Obviously, he has Conqueror's Hockey as well, so you can use the Sovereign Strength ability. But yeah, he is honestly, again, this batch is really good. Compared to this batch, which I thought was really good, you know, these two, Uta, as much as I like her uniqueness, she was really mid for me, which I'll make an updated moveset video, or updated tier list rather, now that everyone is out on the game. However, I do have to do a revisit on Uta one of these days because, which I'll get into this portion of it now. You could just hear the game in the background, and you know, whatever. We'll be here for a second anyway. If you see right here, this was the latest update, basically that came out about 2 days ago before the DLC came out. So added support for additional content, obviously, right? When this update came out, you were able to see the Roger stuff, but it was locked. You couldn't do it, right? And then they adjusted the performance of Uta, so they buffed her. Again, I liked Uta. I liked her gimmick, and I understood her gimmick. She was just too slow for me. I felt like her combat was just so slow for how much prep time she needed. But you know, we'll see. I'll revisit her to maybe see how much they've changed. Because forgive me, it's been a while since I played this game before this DLC because, you know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth kind of took over my life. A new appeal motion has been implemented for Koby Film Red Marine costume. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know, this is obviously, you know, Google Translate. I'm assuming appeal motion maybe means a taunt or something, because as you saw, the costume for Kobe's not changed. I did go in the game, and I'll probably put up the footage now. He has a taunt where, like, he salutes. And if I remember correctly, I think that was the case. He didn't have a taunt in that form. And I'll be honest with you, the reason why I'm not entirely sure is because Kobe's regular outfit, like the black, like film red outfit with the leather and all that, he looks so sick in that form that I really didn't care to use anything else. So yeah, I don't really care to use a marine costume. So cool for for people that do like it. I wish it was the other marine costume, or, you know, the captain outfit where he has like the white coat. And then lastly, we have improved the issue where the character models of powerful enemies would sometimes be displayed with a delay. Now this one is big because I thought this was fixed already, because maybe because it's been a while, but in some gameplays that I did for the channel, like, I didn't notice that the characters were being delayed like they used to be. And what happened was, if you are a fan of Pirate Warriors, you would know that when you're in a mission, sometimes when you're like the bosses are supposed to appear, they would not appear. You would see their health bar, you'd see their cutscene or something, but they wouldn't be there until, like, you know, 5 to 8 seconds later. It'd be really weird. But you know, aside from that though, that's the actual update. So it's good that they fixed some stuff. Buff Uta is probably the biggest thing. Obviously, adding the stuff for these characters. So I haven't touched this game mode at all. Again, it looks pretty cool. I've heard it's actually pretty tough, which is actually really exciting. So it looks like it does kind of look like the treasure log, you know, the way it's kind of set out. So I will let you know. Obviously, I'll make a separate video just kind of going through maybe a full playthrough, depending on how long each stage kind of goes through. Whether that's an hour-long video, an hour-and-a-half long video, we'll see. But yeah, so this is looks pretty cool. This is exciting. I'm assuming this is the hard stage that they're probably talking about. But yeah, if this is everything, I mean, this is cool. Again, I gotta play it myself to give, you know, feedback on it. But this is the last quote-unquote content we'll have for now for Pirate Warriors, so it's kind of bittersweet. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. So far, before I've tried this one, the Koby Combat Chronicles is probably my favorite. The only issue I have with the Koby stuff is that you cannot switch characters at all, which would be really cool if you could switch out, because, you know, after 130 stages of one character, you might want to switch out to, you know, especially with the newer characters out, right? So I think the last thing I want to check out in terms of update for today is the actual, like, soul map. So let's get into it. I'll just pick Roger. Cool. So with the advent of the new soul map, this was it right here. We have a ton of skills. We'll just go over all the skills that got buffed and the new skills that we got. So obviously, to kind of, if you notice, the ones that have 2 in terms of skill, that just means that they're leveling up a skill that was already in the game. So let's just go through it. They buffed launching attack enhancement up to level 5. They buffed Flight of the Phoenix, makes you temporarily invisible when initiating launching attack. Item support is a brand new skill, obviously with the level 5, and it increases any effects gained from collecting healing or enhancement items during battle. Higher skill levels, the stat increase is greater. This is cool. I guess essentially I haven't tried it out yet, which again, there's another video I could do. But obviously this means like you're probably the amount of health you recover, the amount of, I guess when you pick up the attack buff or the defense buff, it might last longer. It might has, it gives you a higher defense or higher strength maybe. That's pretty cool. I wonder if you could stack this with something like, which I guess it might, with something like Hero's Strength or Hero's Physique and stuff like that, where I think those are the ones where like you basically get buffs by defeating enemies, right? Okay, so moving on, we have Battle Instinct, increases attack and special engage fill rate up to level 5. Okay, pretty cool. Then we have Devotion up to level 5, increases the duration of full force burst for technique types. Obviously, this kind of makes sense for Rayleigh. Blood Curling Tactic increases break gauge attacks for special move attacks. Pretty cool. Probably going to be effective for like the low gear characters, to break their guard. Storm of Stress decreases stamina concentration for speed types. The higher the skill level, the larger the decrease. Honestly, yeah, you could probably. Oh my god, you slap this on Shanks or something. That'd be pretty good. The only thing is like for that one, the reason why I probably find it probably useless is just that we now have 4 circles of stamina, and like we gain special move like the full force burst so quick for speed types that like Shanks wouldn't really speed types wouldn't really need that, to be honest, in my opinion. Airborne attack enhancement, obviously self-explanatory, gets a buff to level 5. Critical attack increases how long enemies regain unconscious when knocked out. Obviously that got buffed. New skill, Flawless Fighting Spirit. Increases the speed at which stamina is restored when life is at or above a certain amount. At higher skill levels, the amount of life required is reduced. That icon will be shown when the effect is active. That's actually, this one is also way better, I think. This one could probably be really helpful for power types like Roger and stuff like that. Obviously, because when they go in their full force burst, they don't get the unlimited stamina like the speed types. So moving on, we have special move enhancement, W. Okay, so Indomitable Spirit. Obviously, this is one that's on. I mean, I don't know what the change is. Like, Indomitable Spirit. I mean, I guess obviously it's just gonna be quicker, but like Indomitable Spirit was also already like insanely good. You know what I mean? Again, which kind of it makes me interested how hard that mission is gonna be in the new stage, because if they, I don't know, that's interesting. But they're buffing every skill anyway, so it doesn't matter. Herculean Strength increased break gauge attack, obviously. New skill, Flawless Concentration. Increases the speed at which the special move gauge is restored when life is at or above a certain amount. A higher skill, the amount of life required is reduced. Again, this one combined with this one, obviously they kind of have like a motif going. So this one is recovering your stamina. This one's recovering your specials. So these are honestly pretty cool. They were both required 2 slots. Obviously, this SOMAP also gave out the, they up here, they gave you 2 more skill slots. So we have, I gotta count them all. It says 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 skill slots total, with SOMAP 3 finally being out. So yeah, it's a lot. Moving on, Hero's Physique increased the from 30. This is what I was talking about, yeah. So Hero's Physique, they got buffed to level 5. Soul Muncher is brand new. Restores life when collecting souls during battle, but the souls collected will be forfeited. This one I feel like might be kind of dead in the water, useless for me. Obviously, I don't need souls anymore, unless, again, maybe more DLC. Who knows? I doubt it. But I don't need souls anymore, so, whatever. But then if you want something, I know it only takes 1, but soul drop rates are kind of not the greatest in any way, unless you're doing the survival, so I don't know, this one's I guess. This one doesn't seem to get much use, but if you have something like this, you may as well just put something stronger like Indomitable Spirit, right? Or something like that. New skill, Devastating Impact. Increases recovery time for enemies' armor after inflicting armor break. Higher skill, the amount of time increases. So this is good for, obviously for enemies in those stronger stages. Again, these skills are kind of telling me a story here. I'm reading between the lines. the fact that this is because obviously the buffed perks, their skills are, you know, they make sense. Obviously they're gonna get buffed, but the way they want you to kind of, you know, fill your special move, fill your stamina, keep it going, and then this one is talking about increases the recovery time. I'm assuming that final boss or whatever that people are talking about is gonna be pretty tough, and that you're gonna want as much like leeway with their armor being broken as long as possible. So that's interesting. So yeah, this is pretty much everything. Obviously, the new level cap and the max level cap for Pirate Warriors 4 is level 30. The previous level cap was level 18, you know, before the DLC. And you know, I've ever since then, every DLC pack essentially raised the level cap by 3. The first one by 6 because obviously it was the first Soul Map 1 and Soul Map 0. Soul Map 0 being the free one. But yeah, so yeah, this is all again, and obviously if you didn't know, this is all paid for. This is all tied to the, you know, the episode pass, the character pass. So if you want all these things, it is, you have to pay for it. It is DLC, unfortunately, but you know, you do get the content with it, and it's not too expensive. It's like $6-7, I think. So yeah, let me know what you all think about this update. It's a lot with the new characters. They have a lot going on. The new soul map, the new skills, the new game mode. Have you beaten the new special log? Let me know. You know, leave a comment down below, and also leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 11K. You guys have been killing it so far. So I hope I see you all in the next one. Make sure you guys comment down below again, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.